So I was taking an extra long bathroom break, by which I mean playing Balatro. And, by the way, turns out it is pronounced Balatro. It's Latin for joker, or buffoon, which is what the game's all about. And the Latin way of pronouncing the word is Balatro. So that is the proper way of saying it. Whereas Balatro is more common, so really... And you know, words and pronunciations change all the time. It doesn't matter. That's not the point here. The point is, back to back, I got not one, but two of the super rare legendary jokers in the same run. Triboulet and Yorick. But alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. Wait a second. So are the legendary jokers based on real jesters? Well, I guess fictional real, or real fictional jesters in Yorick's case. Yorick is perhaps the most famous character in William Shakespeare's Hamlet, aside from Hamlet himself, and yet, you never see his face, unless the skull counts as the face. Yeah, that's him right there. Yes, the skull. Hamlet, Act 5, Scene 1, is one of the most widely known Shakespearean moments, in which he also says, "This skull has lain in the earth 23 years. Sir, this skull belonged to Yorick, the king's jester." Or, in more modern English, fam unalived 23 years ago. Real Ohio moment. But that detail is important because of Yorick's ability in Balatro. Every 23 cards you discard makes Yorick's multiplier grow by 1. Oh, because he himself is discarded, a dead jester. No wonder he's got a sad face. Next up, Triboulet, who makes your kings and queens give ×2 mult when scored. That is fitting of court jesters generally, as most of them served under kings, queens, and nobles. But the real Triboulet is a bit complicated because there are 2 of them. Or 3, depending on who you ask. The first was the jester and playwright of René of Anjou, a French duke in the mid-1400s. But the second and third Triboulet served King Louis XII and then King Francis I after Louis unalived. And those latter 2 Triboulet are often thought to be the same person. Now, while most jester performances are lost to time, occasionally there's one so sensational that it becomes iconic, perhaps even exaggerated as the story spreads via word of mouth. So while there's no hard evidence that this actually happened, here's how the story of Triboulet goes and how it relates to the card. Triboulet was doing his usual shenanigans, but decided to step it up today and actually slapped the king on the butt. And this was just a smidge too far for the king. Sexual assault and all that. So the king said, "Jester, that is enough. I should have you hanged. Though you will be allowed to live if you can give me an even more offensive answer." Quick thinking with his witty words, Triboulet replied, "Oh, I'm so sorry, your majesty. I mistook you for the queen." It's funny because women, you can sexually assault them and it's not as bad. He was spared, and now in Balatro, Triboulet gives bonuses only to kings and queens. And that sneery face he's making, it's the same face in the statue of him.
And now,
they say everybody loves Raymond, but you know what happened to Ray after this show? He became a famous con. Raycon. He began sponsoring YouTubers en masse to bring his message to the world.
Buy Raycon's everyday earbuds for your everyday earbud needs. That's right! And starting at just half the price as other premium audio brands.
I've been rocking Raycons since I still looked good, and now I get to... Oh, no, don't worry, they're not me, though maybe I wish. Now I get to show you their latest model, which comes in this gorgeous green and this beautiful shiny Slowbro color. And just like Slowbro, when you put the earbuds into the case, it charges them fast. Just 10 minutes of charging gives them 90 minutes of power. But at full charge, we're talking 32-hour battery life. That's Nidoran's number, and Nidoran knows that Mother's Day is coming up. Poor mom is always busy and stressed, so help her out with Raycon's everyday earbuds. Their active noise canceling will help her actually be able to get some peace and quiet, finally able to enjoy her favorite music, podcasts, and calls with crystal clear sounds. And there's no need to fear, a 30-day happiness guarantee is here. If you or your mom don't like them for any reason, they'll take them back, no questions asked. Though you probably will like them, especially after getting 20% off by following the link in this video's description. Yeah, go to buyraycon.com/Lockstin and Noggin to get 20% off site-wide. Brought to you by Raycon. Perkeo! Perkeo creates negative copies of consumables when you're done shopping, and is based on Perkeo of Heidelberg, a jester with dwarfism and a mild lazy eye who served Charles III Philip, who doesn't know how to order his name. He was the Elector, Count, and Duke of Palatinate, Neuburg, and Berg in the early 1700s. I'm mispronouncing those names, by the way. Those places are parts of Germany today, and to this day, Perkeo is a mascot of sorts to them, featured on various statues, stained glass windows, drinking songs, the Heidelberg University's Institute of Physics, and much, much more throughout the area to this day. What the card ability has to do with the real deal, though, is fun. In a sad, but like kind of funny sad, but like also kind of sad funny way. You see, Perkeo is thought to have had type 2 diabetes, which, for better and worse, gave him an ability he loved to play up. Drinking. A lot of drinking. Diabetes can make you pee faster, you see. Perkeo became known as the guardian of the Great Heidelberg Tun, which was the castle's just freaking gigantic wine barrel. And as a party trick and part of the party, he would drink between 5 and 8 gallons of wine. Keep in mind, the dude's got dwarfism. Guy put away those consumables hard. Hence the ability of making negative consumables. If you don't know, negative cards don't take up the limited space you have, so you really can jam-pack 8 consumables into 2 space. What a lad. Canio, Canio, little jester by the sea, this pointy hat sad man grows in multiplier power every time a face card is destroyed. Oh gosh, did this guy kill royals? Is he the evil clown Luigi we need? Canio, like Yorick, is another famous but fictional jester, this time from the 1892 Italian opera Pagliacci. Oh hey, the poster for the opera, that's just him. It's perfect. In short, the story is about Canio, the Kermit the Frog of his own production company, and how he killed his wife and her lover on stage because of the affair. So, the connection of growing stronger after destroying face cards, the kings, queens, and jacks, tracks. And lastly, perhaps the coolest jester here, Chicot, who disables the boss blind effects, effectively turning the boss levels into regular levels. In the late 1500s, Chicot was the court jester of King Henry III and IV of France, and he's the only jester in history to also lead an active political and military life, to the point where he fought alongside Henry IV in various campaigns and skirmishes, daftly disabling duelists with his swordplay, both on foot and horseback, which is likely why he's able to disable bosses. He's skilled enough to step up to soldiers and generals alike. Oh, are you approaching me? At one point, he himself even captured Count Scholingi, who was pretty upset about losing to a buffoon. So yeah, disabled the royal guy. Disabled the boss. Honestly, it's really cool how even just I was about to say simple, it's not so simple, but just a card game can pull in so many cool references to real history and culture like this, and plenty of the Jokers in Balatro do this. I don't know, I just love games that do this, which is why I talk about Pokemon so much. It does that a lot. Here's some videos about that, and now if you'll excuse me, I've got a high score to beat.